I have longer pinky nails than my girl. My pinky nail is long. The biggest question is that a nail? You see, most people ask, how do I speak so concisely? And how do I speak so fast? Let me give you a life-changing hack. What if you could think twice as fast? When I was 10, my dad took me to the doctor and he was like, what did you do to this kid? Are you giving him steroids? I've taken on not one, not two guys. I fought 30 guys at the same time and they couldn't take me out.
You fought 30 guys?
30 guys at the same time. They got to the point that they said, okay, you motherfucker. We're done with.
I was an F student, and I've told this before, F students are the creators of the world.
I agree.
Well guys, it looks like we are back yet again with another one of the internet's biggest clowns that we have just gotten the pleasure to go ahead and laugh at. And just one of my personal favorite people to go ahead and cover. And this very person would of course be good old King Azoulay. And if you're not aware of who this absolute goober actually is, then man oh man are you in for a fucking treat today. Because the supposed king here isn't just your typical average alpha male. Even though he does sell the basic game courses, and even though he's always trying to act tough, he is just so damn stupid that it actually separates him from all of the rest. And he has basically built a reputation off of just saying some of the most abysmally stupid shit over the past couple of years that he could possibly think of. And these right here are just a few of many different dumbass things that have dared to leave this guy's mouth.
If you're a young boy and you're in a situation where you're an F student, let me tell you something. You got a bright future, buddy. A woman is like a child. Think about it. A woman is like a child. Very easy to manipulate as well. I come in to kill you. When I punch somebody, I don't punch their head. I'm imagining my fist going through their head, the back of their head. Their head gets stuck here on my elbow. That's how Bruce Lee used to punch. Punch. After many years of training my shins and my elbows and my knees to become indestructible, I went to train in China with some of the Shaolin monks. And they explained to me that the strongest part of the body is actually your skull. And if you train your skull for about an hour a day, bang it against the wall, after a year it becomes 4 times thicker than it really is. Which means that you become unstoppable, indestructible. You could punch them, you could kick them in the head. All they have to do is turn the head to wherever you're hitting and they will break any bone in your body.
And the last time that we covered this man, we not only sat there and just watched and laughed at all of his goofy ass takes, but also decided to go ahead and take a look at his new little response video that he just felt the need to make. And the very person he targeted with this video was Moist Critical, aka Charlie. All because Charlie decided to call him out for just making up some random ass bullshit about the Shaolin monks. So naturally, King Azoulay did the only thing he could possibly think of, which was of course to naturally sit there and just try to hit some sick ass kung fu poses on him, while stating that he's just the baddest Jew of them all.
This is a special video for a gentleman who is an A student, the perfect employee as I like to call it, Mr. Moist Critical. Now guys, this guy is absolutely out of his mind. You know when they say you mess with the wrong guy? Well, let me tell you, you mess with the perfect guy. If you think you're Asian bad boy, let me tell you something. You do not know anything about this Jew.
And it has just been looking like, since the last time we covered him, that there hasn't been a single damn thing that has changed whatsoever. Because the king here has recently went on a rampage of pure stupidity and has just been out here posting nonstop about the fucking monks for some reason. I don't know what the monks did to deserve this level of glazing, but King Azoulay here is just genuinely obsessed with them. So obsessed, in fact, that he has made up one of the biggest loads of horseshit that I think I have ever witnessed, and basically stole the plot for Kung Fu Panda. Because this man sounded like that he actually thought he was Po out here training with Master Shifu in the damn restaurant, and just somehow had the audacity to say it with an insane level of confidence.
Do you know that the Shaolin monks don't ever in their life?
How did you even get connected with them?
When we came to the US, I started eating at a Chinese restaurant. The owner was, for me, Master Shifu. When I used to go there, eventually the owner fell in love with me. And he said, that kid is special. And I would come to him, and before I would eat, he would move all of the tables and he would teach me Kung Fu. And I was 10 years old. So I learned how to move with like Kung Fu, you know?
Yeah.
It was different. And I loved it. And that inspired me because I said, I'm gonna be like Bruce Lee. And I would come there every day and I would train after school. Then after I would have my beef and broccoli. And from there, when I got older, I said, I really want to go and train with the Shaolin monks. First of all, they don't accept you. Today they do, by the way. You get paid to go there.
How did you get in?
You have to wait outside of the temple. When they let you in, they teach you things that are unbelievable. And for that reason, I've created a Telegram channel, the F Student Council, where I share secret knowledge.
And after having the audacity to go ahead and say something that is as stupid as this was right here, and then try to promote the F Student Council, is just some next level crazy work. Not only are we out here talking out of our ass about fake kung fu training to try and look cool on the internet, but we're also promoting the council of dipshits that couldn't pass high school, which, to be completely fair, they might be his only target audience, because they are probably the only ones who are stupid enough to buy into this complete bullshit. And this of course hasn't been the end of his supposed martial arts saga that he is just on right now, because he has also been trying to continue to look like a badass, and has even claimed that he has beat up 30 men at once, when in reality he probably meant that he beat off 30 men at once, because that is the only beating that I can see this guy doing to 30 different people.
I trained martial arts my whole life. I know how to fight very, very well. I've taken on not one, not two guys. I fought 30 guys at the same time and they couldn't take me out.
You fought 30 guys.
30 guys at the same time. They got to the point that they said, okay, you motherfucker, we're done with you. You don't want to stop. I have this switch. You better kill me. It's almost like I took PCP. But what goes on here is my father that makes me not want to stop. It's my dad that I have here telling me you're nothing. So when I wake up at 3 a.m. to go for a run, when I'm training with a boxing bag at 4 a.m., when I'm taking a swim and a cold bath, all I have here is my father says I was never going to be anything. So when I fight, no matter what fight it is, you have to kill me to make me stop.
And at this point, the man isn't even trying to sound somewhat realistic, because his argument is basically, when I flip that switch, aka when I start seeing red, bro, I'm just invincible. So invincible that he really just tried to say that he beat up 30 grown men at one time, when in reality, he would get stomped out by 1 or 2 men, especially if he tries his little kung fu bullshit that I'm pretty damn sure is just self-taught after he watched Karate Kid. And we have just hit such levels of delusion with this supposed alpha male right here that it's just getting downright ridiculous. And his ego is just getting so out of control, and it has just somehow gotten to the point to where this man thinks he's the Punisher out here, just kicking the dog shit out of 30 different people. And he has just been continuing to display this little god ego he's got going, and has also been making posts like this right here, to where he's not only just going on a tangent and making up some random bullshit, but he's also trying to claim that even when he was a kid, he was just this badass motherfucker that even the doctor was surprised by.
When I was 10, my dad took me to the doctor and he was like, what did you do to this kid? Are you giving him steroids? He's like, no, the kid doesn't stop lifting things, doesn't stop doing pull-ups, push-ups. So I don't know what to do with him. A year ago, I realized when there's kids that are extremely hyper, he does not have ADD. He's just being a boy, but his soul is higher than the body. Our soul, when it comes to this world, it doesn't want to come into this body. The body restrains the soul. It doesn't allow you to go anywhere. Our body and our soul are business partners, and we cannot detach them unless we die. But as I was working out, I realized that my soul was higher than my body, and I wanted to expand my body so much so my soul will fit inside and will not feel claustrophobic. And when I got to 235 pounds, I felt so happy. I was walking around with a smile everywhere. I could breathe. And that's why I was working out.
And these insane levels of self-glazing have been a straight up ongoing thing for this man for at least the past 2 or 3 weeks now. And we just have multiple different examples, with one of the funniest ones having to be where we had him posting videos like this right here, trying to do some sort of badass edit and some sort of alpha male edit, but just ends up showing everyone that he can't throw a punch to save his life, and is out here using the Island Boys punching form, but is also ego lifting and doing quarter reps on the leg press machine, looking like a complete goober before going on this little rant and staring at the camera like a psychopath. And it's got to be some of the goofiest shit that I think I have ever seen in my life.
This is what happens when I'm in the fucking dungeon. A man has to go to his dark side in order for shit to thrive. And men can never find the light without the dark. here fucking killing myself. I know you're home, maybe cuddling with your wife, with your girlfriend. Feels good, huh? Well, you give a fucking weak man good sex, good food, and good entertainment. And he's done. He's fucking done. No legend that you know about ever sat at home with a wife. They were out here fucking putting in work. You're gonna die with nothing. No one will remember you. Just remember that.
And yeah, after watching that punching form right there is no way that this guy beat up 30 people, much less one person who somewhat knows how to fight. And what's really crazy is, this is absolutely nowhere near where the embarrassment and the goofiness has ended with this guy. Because on the same exact podcast that he stated that he could beat off 30 different men at once, he also ended up getting butthurt and talking about how everyone in the gym is on roids and it's not just him, before bitching about the powerlifting industry, where he tries to make excuses for why he didn't win, but in reality, he probably just didn't have what it took to win, but is so prideful that he is still somehow mad about it, and just ended up going on a tangent before calling out one of the supposed judges. So at this point, you can't even make this shit up. The guy who was claiming that he beat up 30 different people a few seconds beforehand is sitting here and crying about a damn powerlifting competition.
Nobody looks like me. People say, but you take steroids. 90% of the fucking people in the gym take steroids.
So what do you say to those people who'd say that you take steroids?
Look, I've taken steroids in the past when I wanted to compete. I thought I was going to be Mr. Olympia. When I realized that I'm fighting for something extremely stupid and a $2 trophy. I used to go to 24-hour fitness and I used to sleep at the fucking gym so I could wake up for a morning workout. My morning workout was at 2 a.m. I wanted to fuck with everybody, so I'd post myself doing a workout at 2 a.m. That is who I am. I'm the warrior. And then I arrived there like a little fucking bitch. I'm on stage with my little bitchy underwears. And I'm like, hey, I brought the best physique out here. And they're like, you know, you did. But today we were looking for a film. This is an NPC show. It's not the Olympia. I then realized I don't want to do it. It is all politics. He was on a team. I wasn't. They're going to let me win?
No, they're not.
By the way, fuck you, Tamer.
Who's that?
Tamer is one of the main judges of the NPC.
And you just have to love how every one of these shorts that he himself decides to post just always ends up starting with one of the biggest self-glazonings. Like the man really just sat there and started that off by saying that no one else has a build like him. Even though I could probably name about 10 different people who are also on roids that have the same exact build. And I guess since he couldn't make it in powerlifting, it seems that the guy decided that his only path was to go ahead and scam people with courses and just become a laughingstock online for pretty much just lying nonstop. And this is all already bad enough, and honestly, it's already stupid enough, but it still isn't everything that he has just been up to lately. Because the king here also has a tendency to just make shit up completely out of nowhere and not provide any sources of logic behind it whatsoever. And he has been on a kick of uploading videos like these, where he claims that if you watch videos on 2x speed, that you will suddenly just start to think 2 times faster. And he then even makes claims about how fasting just magically fixed his knee pains and how cold showers will make you smarter and tougher.
You see, most people ask, how do I speak so concisely? And how do I speak so fast? Let me give you a life-changing hack. What if you could think twice as fast? That would mean that you would have twice the amount of hours in the day. Here's the hack. Everything I listen to is at 2x speed. Everything I think about is at 2x speed. Every time I make a move, it's at 2x speed. If you'll start to 2x speed everything you're listening to, and even as small as bringing up the speed of the mouse on your computer, you'll be able to think twice as fast, receive information twice as fast. Try it out and let me know after a month what happens.
Most people I tell them to take a cold shower because they hate the ice. If you do what you hate, you actually unlock different genes in the brain that allow you to get smarter, better, stronger. So if you put your body through crazy stress, whether you're in ice, whether you sprint, whether you work out extremely hard, or if you fast for a couple of days, your body will go into a stage called hormesis, and hormesis will reverse aging. So when I had pain in my knees, I fasted for 7 days. All the pain was gone. It ate up all the scar tissue, all the bad cells, cancer cells. And people were like, how do you go 7 days without food? There is no way. way. You could go 7, 8, even 10 days without water, and you could go 30 days without food if you have like 7, 8% body fat. God has made the body in a way that back in the day you used to go hunting. You didn't know when your next meal was coming, so you have fat for reserve.
And obviously, after watching him do just all of this yapping and ranting, you can already tell that everything this guy says just needs to be questioned, and there is normally just zero authenticity. And taking his advice and watching videos on 2x speed is damn sure not about to just make you magically start to think 2 times faster. You might save a little bit of time by watching a video like that, but it's not going to have some magic property to where you just start thinking faster. And it is just all clear bullshit that I guess is targeted at his F students to basically just buy into, even though he's not providing any sort of proof whatsoever and is basically just hitting you with a trust me bro. And even though it's just random shit that he's making up, it at least makes a little bit of sense, and I can see why he would say things like this because it's easier to get people to follow you and to buy into your shit. But sometimes I think the man just makes up shit to make up shit, because he'll go on tangents like this one about how his pinky fingernails are just long or some shit, and it just goes absolutely all over the fucking place. Like, I don't even know where we're going during this conversation.
I have longer pinky nails than my girl. My pinky nail is long. The biggest question is that a nail? So people don't understand what a long pinky nail is, but in the culture of Middle Easterns and also some other places around the world, when you have long fingernails, especially the pinky, it's the sign of wealth. And if it doesn't break and it's strong and it's powerful, then it means you're going to be wealthier. I have longer pinky nails than my girl. Literally, we measure it. And hers break all the time. But who's the wealthy one? You know what I mean? And this is a very strong pinky nail. But the first thing they say, is this a nail? Do you do? But if they had some culture, they would understand that what they do and what we do is different. And I grew up in the US. I was born in the US, but I never wanted to lose my heritage. I never wanted to lose my culture. So I always spoke in Hebrew. I always made sure that I speak to my people so I could keep the culture, the wisdom.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
And of course this guy would believe in some bullshit like this right here, and would think that just because he's got this nasty ass pinky nail grown out, that it means he's gonna become more wealthy. When in reality, the thing just looks fucking gross. And it's not a cultural issue that you're walking around with this gross ass fingernail when all of the other ones are short and normal. Especially when I went ahead and looked into it a little bit, and it didn't even appear to be that big of a cultural thing. So it's really just starting to look like the man just likes to have some long ass pinky nails. And I don't even think he's getting the F students to buy into this one. And it seems like his coaching classes haven't been doing as well lately because he's been out here doing anything and everything to go ahead and try to get these F students to keep signing up for his courses.
I was a high school dropout. I also got kicked out of 17 schools in total, but I never let school get in the way of my education. I don't believe in school. I was an F student, and I've told this before, F students are the creators of the world.
I agree. I don't believe in school either.
A students are my #1 employees. B are my managers. The C, those are the ones that are on the verge of becoming a business owner to being a manager. And then you have the D, those are business owners. And then you have the F. The F are the ones that create new inventions for the world.
And change the world.
Hey babe,
Yes,
why do you love me so much?
because you're a student. Hey babe, how you're so fit?
Because I was an F student. I didn't stop fighting. Hey babe,
What?
you know why we're so rich?
Why?
You know why.
Actually, I know why.
Why?
Because you're a student.
Exactly. They wanted to teach me how to get a good job and work a 9 to 5 and stay broke for the rest of my life. Hey guys, if you're an F student, just remember, you got a bright future, buddy.
Smart.
So at this point, this shit is just so sad to see. Because not only is this man so desperate that he is just accepting the fact that he is a walking meme, but at the same time, he is also just targeting some of the most desperate people that he possibly could, that he knows are already in a bad position and in a rough spot, and is just trying to squeeze whatever little bit of money that he can get out of them. And he is just a man who will make up whatever crap he needs to look as cool as possible and to get as many people to buy into this little persona he has, that honestly should just be in the WWE at this point. And with all of this shit that he is constantly saying, I would even go as far as to say that he somehow makes Wes Watson sound like a normal guy. But with that said, that is enough of this absolute goober for one day. So if you enjoyed, please drop the sub and the like, and I'm out. Watching the supposed king go ahead and embarrass himself even more. And peace.
You guys, and share with you what it is that we eat normally. So tell us, what do we got here on the table?
Man, that's a big feast. We have a couple of veal brains over here. We have 2 full lamb hearts, full lamb liver, and then we have a cow's kidney. We have 2 bone marrows over there. My boy Ben is gonna eat this. That's a whole lamb's head with everything attached to it. You got the eyes, you got the brain inside. There's all the meat, the fats, the tongue. And then over here,
we brought some chicken as well.
We got some chicken liver and chicken hearts. And you know, like, I don't usually eat raw chicken, but there's the first time for everything. And you know, like right now we have the luxuries of going to restaurants and eating whatever we want and going to grocery stores. Well, you never know what happens. If you got stuck in the jungle and there's a chicken, you gotta fucking eat the chicken.